Have you ever wondered what it's like to own an entire island? Now imagine a family so powerful they shaped the history of northern Italy for centuries and still hold influence today. And wait until you hear about their royal connections with Monaco. Welcome to the Borromeo Islands. Located in the heart of Lake Maggiore, the Borromeo Islands are a collection of stunning islands steeped in history, art, and mystery. Owned by the ancient and noble Borromeo family, these islands are not just beautiful spots for tourists, but also homes to intriguing stories that span centuries of power, wealth, and drama. But before we dive into the scandalous gossip and royal connections, let's start with the basics. Where exactly are these islands, and how did the Borromeo family come to possess them? The Borromeo Islands consist of three main islands: Isola Bella, Isola Madre, and Isola de Pescatori, along with a few smaller ones. They are located on the western side of Lake Maggiore, one of the most picturesque lakes in northern Italy, stretching across both Italy and Switzerland. The islands have been under the Borromeo family's ownership for over 500 years, and their story begins with a rise to prominence during the Renaissance. To understand the Borromeo Islands, we need to look at the family behind them. The Borromeo family rose to wealth and influence during the Renaissance period, primarily through banking and strong connections with the Roman Catholic Church. Carlo Borromeo, perhaps the family's most famous member, became the Archbishop of Milan in the 16th century and later a saint. But before sainthood, Carlo wasn't just any churchman. He was one of the key figures in the Counter-Reformation, a movement to reform the Catholic Church from within. And here's where it gets interesting. The Borromeo family's wealth didn't just come from religious connections. They were savvy landowners and shrewd politicians, slowly but surely buying up property in northern Italy, including these stunning islands on Lake Maggiore. Let's talk about Isola Bella. Isola Bella is often considered the crown jewel of the Borromeo Islands. The transformation of this once rocky island into an architectural marvel started in the 17th century when Carlo Borromeo III decided to build a palace for his wife, Isabella d'Ada. In fact, the island's name is a tribute to her. Isola Bella literally means beautiful island. But don't be fooled by the romantic origin. Behind the beauty of Isola Bella lie centuries of power moves and political strategies. The Baroque palace that dominates the island wasn't just built for beauty. It was a symbol of the Borromeo family's status. The palace is lavish, filled with tapestries, frescoes, and statues. Every corner of the island was designed to impress, and to this day, the terraced gardens are among the most beautiful in Italy. It's as if the Borromeo family was saying to the world, "Look at what we can create. Imagine what we can control." Fun fact: Napoleon Bonaparte stayed at the palace on Isola Bella with his wife Josephine during his Italian campaigns. It's said that he was so taken with the beauty of the islands that he spared it from destruction during his conquests. Now let's talk about Isola Madre, the quiet, mysterious sister. While Isola Bella dazzles with opulence, Isola Madre is a quiet, more mysterious sibling. This island is home to an English-style botanical garden filled with exotic plants, rare birds, and ancient trees. The island's palace is a bit more understated than Isola Bella's, but it holds its own in terms of historical significance. Isola Madre has been the Borromeo family's private retreat for centuries. It's a more intimate space, and while the public can visit today, it's easy to imagine the island as a secluded hideaway for the Borromeos when they wanted to escape the political intrigue of mainland Italy. And let's not forget the peacocks. These majestic birds roam freely across the island, adding to the sense of otherworldly peace and tranquility that characterizes Isola Madre. Isola de Pescatori, the People's Island. In contrast to the aristocratic grandeur of Isola Bella and Isola Madre, Isola de Pescatori, the Fisherman's Island, has always been about the people. This island is the only one of the three that has a year-round population. The small fishing village that occupies the island is full of narrow cobble streets, traditional Italian restaurants, and old-world charm. But don't think that the Borromeo family doesn't have a hand here as well. While Isola de Pescatori is more down to earth, the Borromeos still own a significant portion of the land, and their influence can be felt even here. And here's where things get juicy. Legend has it that the fishermen on this island often served as informal spies for the Borromeos. When political intrigue threatened the family, they would rely on the villagers for information about who was coming and going from the mainland. Now let's talk about the Borromeo family's connection to one of the most famous royal families in Europe, the Grimaldis of Monaco. It's no secret that Beatrice Borromeo, a member of the Borromeo family, married into Monaco's royal family in 2015. Beatrice is married to Pierre Casiraghi, the grandson of Grace Kelly and Prince Rainier III of Monaco. This marriage connected the Borromeos not only to Italian aristocracy, but to Monaco's royal bloodline as well. The wedding was a grand affair, as you'd expect, with the ceremony held on Isola Bella, underlining the family's love and connection to their ancestral islands. Beatrice Borromeo is no stranger to the spotlight herself. She's a journalist, model, and documentarian who has carved out her own path while keeping her ties to both the Borromeo and Grimaldi dynasties strong. But no family this old and this powerful is without its share of scandals. Throughout the centuries, the Borromeos have been at the center of numerous power struggles, from land disputes to whispers of affairs. The Borromeo name has often been linked to intrigue. One infamous story involves a 19th century Borromeo who was accused of embezzling funds from the church. Though never proven, the scandal rocked northern Italy at the time and put the family under heavy scrutiny. And then there's the more recent rumors about family dynamics. It's said that some of the older members of the Borromeo family weren't entirely thrilled with Beatrice's marriage to Pierre Casiraghi, believing that their union might distract from the Borromeo legacy. But despite these whispers, the family continues to thrive, keeping both its historical influence and modern relevance intact. Today, the Borromeo family is still very much involved in the preservation and management of the islands. They've turned their historical estates into tourist attractions while also maintaining private residences on the islands. It's a careful balance, allowing the public to appreciate the beauty of these islands while preserving their family's privacy. The Borromeos also play a major role in regional politics and business. They've diversified their wealth with interests in finance, agriculture, and tourism. But make no mistake, their influence is still tied to the islands and waters of Lake Maggiore. As long as the Borromeo Islands stand, so too will the legacy of this powerful family. The Borromeo Islands aren't just a beautiful vacation spot. They are a living testament to centuries of Italian history, aristocratic power, and royal intrigue. From the splendor of Isola Bella's palace to the quiet charm of Isola di Pescatori, these islands have witnessed some of the most important moments in Italian history. And as long as the Borromeo family holds the keys, there are sure to be more stories, some whispered, some shouted across the waters of Lake Maggiore for years to come. So next time you find yourself near Lake Maggiore, take a boat out to the Borromeo Islands. Who knows, you might just spot a Borromeo or hear the next chapter of this ongoing family saga. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating stories about hidden corners of the world, and guess what's loading next. It's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It's also called the fashion capital of the world, coming soon to the YouTube channel. So please do like and subscribe.